Unlike your knee reflex, which has only one way of being turned on, there are 5 different ways to turn on your baby's calming reflex. I call them the 5 S's. The first S is swaddling or tight wrapping. The second is the side or stomach position. The third is shushing or white noise. The fourth S is swinging or jiggly movements. And the fifth S is sucking. The first S is swaddling. Tight swaddling with the arms down. That keeps your baby's movements from accidentally upsetting her. Yet it often confuses parents and grandparents because at times tight wrapping will make your baby cry even harder. But stick with it, please, and you'll see that wrapping will become your new best friend. You're not going to be successful calming your baby unless you start with the swaddling. But the swaddling by itself will not calm your baby down in most instances. In fact, some babies get upset when they're swaddled first off. You'll be most successful swaddling your baby if you use a square blanket. And be sure it's big enough to wrap all the way around and tuck it in front. That's why mothers around the world have done it for thousands and thousands of years. Because the swaddling naturally makes a baby feel back home. In the United States, sometimes we think that it deprives a baby of their constitutional rights, or we think that they need their freedom. But a new baby doesn't need freedom. What a new baby needs is to feel protected and safe. Swaddling is very misunderstood because so often people wrap their baby's arms and then the babies seem to fight and struggle. And so parents give up on swaddling because they think that their baby doesn't like it.
Right.
The truth of the matter is, babies are packaged like that in the uterus, so they are used to having their hands up. But you can't wrap a baby like that because the hands get out immediately. So even though this is a bit of an unusual position for a baby, this helps tremendously because once her arms are wrapped, as you've discovered already, she won't upset herself by flailing around. The pattern of wrapping is down, up, or the abbreviation for that is doo-doo. That's the easy way to remember. Hey, sweet girl. So the line goes right behind her neck. And it's down, up, down, up. So the first corner is down with the arms straight at her side. And it's very snug. It's not unusual for babies to fuss a little bit when you start doing the wrapping. Underneath you. Tuck it and snug it just a little bit so that arm stays down. That's the down. Next comes the up, and we'll bring this up, just up to her shoulder. So this is holding the second arm down, and we just tuck this around. Snug it again, and bring it down just a tiny, tiny bit, like you're tying a package. And then the last up is up and across. This is the belt that holds it all together. And we'll go all the way around. And snug it a little bit more. And sometimes you have enough to even tuck around in the little corner there. Okay, sweet girl. Now let's lift you up. And put you on your side. And very, very good. If your baby's arms sneak out, the wrapping will not work. You have to keep them very securely at her side. The blanket should be about as tight as the elastic waistband of your pants at the end of your pregnancy. For some babies, wrapping is wonderful for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months for sleeping. But certainly the first 3 months is the most important time for a baby.
Important time.
Important because it helps her feel back at home. She may struggle, and you'll say, sweetheart, I know what's best for you. You may think you don't want to be wrapped up, but you're going to see that you're going to be much happier when you're wrapped up. Right? You say, well, I remain to be convinced. Well, first thing you do is fold the corner of the blanket down, and you put her on top of it so that that's right behind her neck.
Right.
And it's down, up. So the first wrap is down, the arm is straight at her side, and you pull it very, very snugly and tuck it underneath her. Tuck it and snug it so that pull on this edge so the arm stays at the side. The next fold is up, and right away I'm going to get that second arm at her side and fold this around. It's okay if her legs are straight, it's okay if they're folded. The legs don't matter, it's the arms that matter. Next we do down. But this is very important. You have to do it down just a tiny bit. Kind of like you're wrapping a package. Don't do it all the way, just a tiny bit. And then this last fold is up and across like a belt. And this is what holds it all together. You'll find that swaddling will become the most important first step for calming your baby. Now please watch one more time, step by step, as I do the doo-doo wrap and swaddle Ava to calm her down. The first arm is at her side, and I'm going to bring the blanket down and across her body. I'll tuck it underneath and snug it so that right arm stays at her side. The second wrap will be up. I'm going to lift up the corner and bring it over her shoulder and make sure that that other arm is securely at her side. Snug it and bring the corner down just a tiny, tiny bit, just a smidge, and hold it right in the middle of her chest. Finally, the last up will be up and across. This is the belt that holds it all together. It'll wrap around and keep both of her arms comfortably at her side. Make it extra snug at the end and tuck it around. It's a nice little package. Now you can see the wrapping by itself didn't calm her down. And that's usually the way it is. If she's rolled onto her side now, though, or her tummy, let's see how she does. The second S is the side or stomach position. Of course, the best position for your baby sleeping is the back. But for calming a crying baby, the side or the stomach really works the best. Now, obviously that didn't calm him down. But again, wrapping is not meant to calm him down. Now let's do the second S, which is to put him on his side, facing down a little bit. What happened? It's like a reflex. Let's just roll you on your tummy for just a second, sweet girl. Let's put her on her back. Now when I put her on his tummy, she got calm, and now I'm going to put her on her back again. Did it stay calm? Well, she says no. The back is a position of alarm and feeling like falling. This is a position called the reverse breastfeeding position. And it's just one of the positions that are useful for babies. A lot of fathers hold their babies like this, called the football hold.
Yeah, this is comfortable.
The body angle is really important. You'll see when you do this windshield wiper thing, if she's more on her back. I've had some kids, if they're like a fraction of an inch towards the back, they get upset. A fraction of an inch towards the stomach, they calm down. If I wrapped Asher, but I didn't do it tightly enough, he'd still be fighting. If I wrapped him and I kept him on his back, he would still be fighting. But when I turned his sweet little wrapped body onto his side stomach, it was an instantaneous change. So she said, well, the side was okay for a moment, but it's not enough. Right? The wrapping's not enough. The side is not enough. She says, show me what you got. She says she needs a little bit more help. So, the next thing I'm going to do is add shushing. The third S is shushing, or white noise. Now, roll you over.